And many of us have seen impacts from hurricanes in previous years, and maybe we're wondering if there's going to be any impacts anytime soon. Well, the good news is the Atlantic is pretty quiet out there this evening as we look out across the Atlantic. The tropical overview from the National Hurricane Center, not expecting any development across the Atlantic basin in the next 7 days. So that's some good news, but we are no strangers in the Mid-South to seeing impacts from tropical cyclones. We had 3 that came through the Mid-South just last year. There was Beryl that came up from the south. There was Francine that also came up from the south, and then Helene, which came around from the northeast for our area. That brought some heavy rainfall for us on a pretty rainy and dreary Friday night football night. Looking around 79 degrees right now here in Memphis. We are staying pretty calm overnight tonight. Not a whole lot happening for us, but we will have more rain on the way over the next couple of days. Dew points, pretty mixed bag for the dew points around the area. Some into the 70s, some still hanging on to the 50s. It was a dry day today, but we are going to start to feel that humidity back on Thursday. And then through into the weekend, into early next week, the humidity is going to tick back up into the mid 70s. So that's going to make the heat index a little more of a factor into next week. The thing is, it's not much of a factor over the next few days. It is increasing the heat index by around 5 degrees, but we're staying on the cool side, so it's not going to be terrible out there. But next Tuesday, we'll be in the 90s. The dew points will be in the 70s, so we'll really notice that feels like temperature much higher. Looking at satellite, we see a lot of the clouds that have come into the area. On radar to our south, there are some dying showers that direction. Not a whole lot happening this evening for us here in the Mid-South, but as we get into the mid-afternoon tomorrow, we'll see some scattered thunderstorms developing, and then a line of storms could come through. Any of these could get a little strong. Just the added support from this upper level low here could lead to maybe an isolated severe thunderstorm. There's not going to be a widespread impact from this. It's just going to be very isolated. Then into Friday morning, we may see another wave of some strong thunderstorms here right around daybreak into the later hours of the morning. Then into the afternoon, we've got a second wave that comes through the area. So wave after wave after wave of rain for us over the next several days. That upper level low moving very slowly across the Ozarks. That's what's bringing in all of that storm activity. Then as we head through Saturday and even into Sunday and still into Monday, we'll have a couple more rounds of rainfall. So with all of these storms coming through, we could see anywhere from 1 inch to 4 inches of rain. Really just depends where some of those heavier pockets of rain set up over the next several days here. Best rain chance is going to be Saturday, I think, but Friday we'll all see some rain at some point, and then into next week, that's when we start to dry things out. Tonight, in the meantime, dropping down to around 69 degrees. The high tomorrow around 86 with a few of those afternoon thunderstorms. Your 7-day forecast. If you're watching this the last few days, we had been saying upper 80s as we head towards the weekend, but actually things are starting to trend a little cooler with all the extra rain and extra clouds. Next week, back into the 90s. We'll be right back.